Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Doki Doki Literature Club. Now where we last left off, we got assigned homework. The homework being, make decorations, cupcakes, and whatever else that we need to host our particular little stall/classroom event for the upcoming school festival. Well, I guess club event, not classroom. But, while we were getting to work on, preparing essentially, me and Neo here were essentially waiting for Yuri to show up at our home. We decided to go and check on Sayori since we were concerned that, she was really not feeling well, as her behavior would clearly indicate. And sure enough, when we went over to visit her, we learned that she's pretty much had a crippling depression her whole life, and, she's just essentially been working hard to make everybody else happy except for herself. Because, to put it succinctly, she doesn't feel, worthy of happiness. Obviously, I disagree with that notion, and so did Neo here, so we did our best to cheer her up, and I think for the most part, we were able to do that at least a little. And then after that, we got home and we found Yuri had just arrived at Neo's home, and we've just started on making decorations for the classroom that we're going to rent for our event thing. And then something bizarre happened while that was going on. Neo pricked his finger, and Yuri licked the wound. Literally. Coupled with this, along with the occasional outbursts of a more assertive, if not outright condescending side, and a few other things I've noticed about her behavior, along with some bits of her poetry, it linking to her apparent hobby with knives. I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is I'm going to discover that she has a very unfortunate way of using those knives that she likes. Probably. I mean, for all we know, maybe she just really likes sharp blades. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, being interested in knives or swords or anything like that. And as pointed out in a previous episode, I mean, we all have a little devil inside us, and sometimes they like to come out and show a little more mean side to ourselves whenever we get pissed off or something like that. So, while there is definitely some evidence I'm noticing building up here to where I'm getting a little concerned about just what exactly it is that Yuri does in her spare time, I'm not quite ready to assume the worst just yet. But I guess only time will tell if my worst fears will be realized or not. Anyway, I think I've done enough to recap and share my thoughts with you all. Let's continue making decorations. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected, and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Oh, I'm sorry. I keep mixing up their lines. Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. That's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decide to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Do you cut yourself? Is that why you wear long sleeves? I mean, it makes sense for the school uniform, but with casual clothes too. I wonder if you got a bunch of scars on your arms or something. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. I wonder if it's going to be a line from that book you've been reading or something. Or, although at this point maybe I should also be expecting something from Edgar Allan Poe. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah. It is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk too much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I can relate to that too. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me. That's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Indeed, she is. Wait. Huh? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers, wrapped around my wrist, send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. First chocolate, now hot towels. Yuri picks up her brush again. But her movement seems clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. It's true, but won't that take a while? Well... Perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am, too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well... Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Wait. No, I'm probably thinking too much into it. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed. Or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it could happen. Well, that's true. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out to the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. Ah, I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Neo. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Starting to see some of the pixels around you, Yuri. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Huh? Well, this is rotten timing all around, isn't it? Hi, Neo. Sayori. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Neo. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so... I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy. Please don't say that. I know you're not being honest. At least not entirely. That you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Neo? I'm supposed to be happy for you. does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Neo. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. I'm not wasting anything on you. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of selfishness. Everybody's entitled to be a little selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori. What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Neo. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori. It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Neo. I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. I know we're having a tender moment here, but seriously, what did she say to you? I am very curious to know whether or not I should glare at her. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. I'm going to save just in case. Okay. I mean, I understand that you have feelings for Neo here, but at the same time, I've been pursuing something of a relationship with Yuri, and to just suddenly have you suddenly switch over to you, right in the middle of where I am with Yuri, it really wouldn't be fair to her. So at least you'll still be, you know, my dearest friend. Sayori, you'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now. But please trust me that I know what's best. And that will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression.
Is this what it feels like? To get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment. Remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings.
Once again, you're asking for the impossible.
I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just want it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Neo. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So...
Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Ah! I apologize if that scream sounded particularly narmy, for lack of a better word. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. That's the question, isn't it? I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. Really though, I hope you're okay. Well, as okay as you can be, all things considered. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing not Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Neo, you're the first one here. What did you say to Sayori? Tell me the truth, woman. It better been something nice. But somehow I doubt it was. I doubt it was. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Maka is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online I thought Maka would like and submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I always say it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. I agree. You should have. You should take a little responsibility for her, Neo. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. How do you know about that? You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange. Monica? You know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But... I stammer, embarrassed. That doesn't explain anything. You weren't there. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so... Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Maka's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. You and me both. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? How about you tell me as much as you think you know? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh dear. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Oh dear God. This is definitely not a good sign. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Neo? What's wrong? Nothing. Don't lie! Don't lie, man. There is most certainly not nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... Ah. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Maka calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. If that were... Neo, I think at this point, if that were true, if that's what she really needs, we wouldn't have discovered that rather disturbing piece of literature. Just saying. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? I'm really getting a big pit in my stomach about this. A real bad feeling. Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really don't want to have to enter a room like this. You and me both. I am dreading what's behind this door. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh, God. What? File game script, chapter 5, RPY 1307. See track back text for details. Oh, dear. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppress the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her. I walked her to school and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship. And I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this!
Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 What the hell? Monica? Why are you over Sayori? I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Well, I think I'm starting to get something of an idea as to, well, this off feeling I've been having with this game ever since everybody's poetry started getting really weird. Is reality breaking or something? It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. No, you didn't! What about Sayori? I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. It's like the whole thing just reset, but Sayori's not there anymore. What the hell is going on? The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start the anime club. Neo? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. What did you do to Sayori, woman? Why is your image over hers in the tile screen? Do you have something to do with this? Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yeah, that's the exact same thing you said in the club in, I guess, what we'll now consider the previous timeline. I don't know. I mean, are we kind of like in a weird alternate timeline now that's being modified as we speak? Hence all the weird glitches. I don't know. I'm just going to say for I'm just going to assume for convenience sake that this is indeed a completely different timeline. Either that or just I'm not sure what exactly. All I know is that reality is being awfully screwy and, well, I'm starting to think you have something to do with it. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Yeah. Okay. Literature. It sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Maka say she? Hey, Neo. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Not on your life, woman! Give me back Sayori. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Well, good for you, Neo. I, on the other hand, I got plenty of reason at this point. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! You're really sweet, Neo. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile.
I wonder. What happened to my old save slot? My old save? You deleted it, didn't you? You weren't kidding. They weren't kidding when they said that there was nothing I could do to bring you back, was there? Bring Sayori back. Yeah, no. There's no way I'm gonna take this line down, sister. No fucking way. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Hello, Yuri. Bad shit happened, but I don't think you'd believe me if I told you. I guessed? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Still hating Neo for his penis, I see. Huh, Natsuki? Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Neo. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. No, Sayori's the vice president. I mean, I still like you, Yuri, but that is not your title. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Neo in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... Well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Neo? Not even if you have a gun to my head. Excuse me. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. Neo, you traitor. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Yeah, good luck with that. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club as fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Thank God there isn't. There is something wrong here. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile.
but it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Maka must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? You know, it's just now registering to me, probably because I'm too busy just feeling distress over what happened with Sayori, but Yuri, you seem more assertive. I wonder exactly how this ties into everything, your change in personality. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Neo, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. It's okay, Natsuki. I read manga too. At least that's one interest we have in common. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories of deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Okay, so clearly your interests in literature haven't changed. That much is clear. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Well, I certainly am starting to believe I'm in some kind of surreal horror story at them right now. I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Eh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I see we got yet another storm coming along. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, if you hear any thunder in the background. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well... Quiet, Zeus. I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Neo? Hold on. There's still one problem. Yeah. We are missing somebody. Eh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and... I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Neo. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. You need better defenses. Big time. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. Oops, what did I skip? I'll join the literature club. Don't do it! For all you know, we could end up doing something that could cause another one of them to disappear. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Neo? No, he doesn't. He has no idea what he's talking about. In fact, he needs to be put on some medication. I'm gonna call a doctor right away. Hold him still while I call the paramedics. Yeah. It could be fun, right? It really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Neo, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. No, I'm not. Neo, or at least not Neo. If I were amazing, could just snap my fingers and bring Sayori back. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? I don't trust you. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Maka looks over at me once more. Neo, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Go to hell. Can I really impress the class star Maka with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I'm not 100% sure I want to, but why not? Well, this is something. Nothing is real. Yeah, N-O... Yeah, nothing is real. It says nothing is real. Question mark. Well, if that's true, if we just take that special poem at face value, then if this isn't real, then what the hell is it? I don't know. I don't know enough yet here to really make a solid conclusion. Anyway, shit. I didn't want Sayori to go out like that. Like, holy shit. Is there a way I can bring her back? Undo this? Like, I'm not sure I really am not sure I understand what's going on here. I mean, something is clearly getting screwy with
reality as I see it here, but what exactly, I am not sure. All I know is I think Monica has something to do with it. What with her taking Sayori's place on the title screen, some of the remarks that she said before I even found out that Sayori offed herself, and even, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she has something to do with this. I just don't know what just yet. I'm gonna find out, though. There's no way I can leave this. There's no way I can just not find out after what happened to Sayori. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. I certainly did. I mean, I knew something was gonna happen. I had a feeling something was, but Lord Almighty, I did not quite expect what I just saw leading up to this point. I'm quite curious to see where things go from here. And again, hopefully maybe I can do something to help Sayori. If it's not truly too late, that is. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.